We live in a world where almost everyone dreams of building an extraordinary life, but very few are actually willing to pay the price that it demands. And that right there is the trap. That's what keeps people stuck in the same place, year after year, watching life pass them by. There's a truth that applies to every single person on this planet. Nothing in life comes without a cost. Always, if it's not money you're paying with, it's time. If it's not time, it's your health. If it's not your health, it's the opportunities you let slip away that will never come back. You see someone who's in incredible shape and you think, must be nice, good genetics. You look at someone who's built a thriving business and you assume, they had connections I don't have. You see a couple with a deep, unshakable bond and you think, they were just lucky to find each other. That's a comfortable lie. The truth is, the vast majority of successful people weren't lucky at all. They paid the price, in sacrifice, in discipline, in the kind of choices that most people refuse to make. The samurai of feudal Japan lived by a code called Bushido, and one of its sharpest principles was this: you cannot serve two masters. Either you serve comfort, or you serve purpose, but you will never serve both at the same time. And here's the dirtiest trick your mind plays on you. It whispers that you're the exception, that you can negotiate the price, that you can get fit without changing what you eat, that you can make serious money while working as little as possible, that you can have a meaningful relationship without ever being vulnerable, that you're special and the rules just don't apply to you. But today, you're going to hear the story of a guy who believed that exact lie until the day he lost everything that actually mattered. And along the way, he discovered something brutal. The only thing more expensive than paying the price of sacrifice is paying the price of regret. Before we go any further, I want to invite you to subscribe to the channel, drop a like below and leave a comment. Tell me, what price are you willing to pay in your own life? Are you ready to pay the price of sacrifice? Or are you quietly heading toward the price of regret? Let me know down below. Now let's get into the video. Chapter 1: The Man Who Wanted Everything. Without paying anything, Christopher was 28 years old. He worked behind the counter at a small convenience store, scraping together just enough to get by. He lived in a cramped one-bedroom apartment, and his paycheck barely covered the rent each month. But inside his head, Christopher had big dreams, huge dreams. He wanted to build a company from the ground up. He wanted to transform his body. He wanted to travel to places he'd only ever seen in photos. And more than anything, he wanted to marry Aurora, the girl he loved with everything he had. The problem? Christopher wanted all of it, but he wasn't willing to give up a single thing. He talked about making money, but when it came to putting in the work on his business after hours, "Man, I'm exhausted after work. I need to rest." Friday night would roll around and he'd be out with his friends, drinking, partying, doing whatever felt good in the moment. Monday morning would hit and there it was, the same old excuse: "I'll start next week." He talked about getting into shape. He didn't need to be shredded, just healthy. But waking up early to train. "I need my sleep for work." Training during lunch. "Too busy. After work, I'm already drained." And food. Forget it. He wasn't about to give up fast food, alcohol, or the junk he ate every single day. "I work hard," he'd say. "I deserve to enjoy myself." Aurora watched all of this. She tried to help. She offered to work on the business with him. She invited him to train together. She even tried cooking healthier meals at home. His answer was always the same: "I'll start next week. It's just not a good time right now. I'm too tired." Until the day she looked at him, with tears she couldn't hold back, and said, "Chris, I love you, but I can't keep watching you throw your life away. I want to grow. I want to leave this town. I want to see the world. And you haven't moved an inch since the day we met." And just like that, she was gone. Chapter 2: The Shock of Reality. For the first 2 weeks, Christopher did exactly what you'd expect. He drank more. He partied harder. He tried to fill the void with the very things that had created it in the first place. But here's the thing about losing something you truly love. You can't keep pretending everything's fine. One morning, he stood in front of the mirror and barely recognized the person staring back. A 28-year-old man stuck in a job he hated, out of shape, broke, drifting without purpose, and completely alone. No Aurora, no future, no more lies to hide behind. And for the first time in his life, Christopher asked himself the right question. Not, "Why is this happening to me?" Not, "When will things get better?" But, "What do I actually want?" The answer came fast. He wanted Aurora back. He wanted to build something real. He wanted to look in the mirror and finally respect the man looking back. But then came the second question, the one that would change everything. How much am I willing to pay for this? Because up until that moment, Christopher had spent his entire life wanting things, without ever being willing to pay the price. He wanted the result, but he kept trying to negotiate the cost. And the universe, it doesn't negotiate. That night, he was scrolling through YouTube, trying to distract his mind, when a video came on about samurai discipline. How they trained themselves to stay consistent no matter what. The narrator mentioned a book called Atomic Habits and talked about the principles of Bushido. Christopher bought the book that very night, and as he dug deeper into the world of the samurai, he uncovered something no one had ever told him about discipline. Chapter 3, the law no one wants to accept. There's a universal principle. It's called the law of sowing and reaping, and it's brutally simple. You reap exactly what you sow, no more, no less. If you sow comfort, you will reap mediocrity. If you sow discipline, you will reap results. There are no shortcuts, no special exceptions, no negotiations. The samurai understood something that most people spend their whole lives avoiding. The price will always be paid. The only question is when and by whom. You can pay the price of effort today, or you can pay the price of regret tomorrow. You can pay the price of discipline now, or you can pay the price of mediocrity for the rest of your life. Christopher read those words and something inside him cracked open. He had spent 28 years trying to avoid paying the price. And what did he have to show for it? Nothing. He had paid anyway, just in a different currency. He paid with lost opportunities, with declining health, with the woman he loved. He finally understood the price of comfort is infinitely higher than the price of sacrifice. That was the moment he made the decision. No more negotiations, no more excuses. He was going to pay whatever it cost. But there was one problem. He had no idea how. Chapter 40, the master Christopher found a jiu-jitsu school near his apartment. Not because he wanted to be a fighter, but because he'd read that martial arts built discipline from the inside out. The man running the school was named Kenji, a 55-year-old Japanese-American former competitor, the kind of man who took life seriously. Christopher walked in on his first day full of the kind of excitement that comes with a fresh epiphany. "Master, I want to change my life. I want discipline. I want." Kenji raised a single hand. "Do you want or will you?" Christopher went silent. "You know the difference," Kenji continued. "Wanting is comfortable, doing hurts. Everyone wants, very few do. So tell me, do you want it, or will you do it?" Christopher swallowed. "I'll do it." "Good, then stop talking and start training." Those first few sessions, brutal. Guys smaller than him, weaker than him, absolutely destroyed him on the mats. Because they had paid the price in hours of training he'd never put in. He was trying to make up for years of neglect with 2 weeks of motivation. After the third session, he limped over to Kenji. "Master, how long until I'm good at this?" Kenji looked at him calmly. "Depends. How much are you willing to pay?" Christopher didn't understand. Not yet. Chapter 5, Gaman. The art of enduring. Kenji explained a Japanese concept called gaman. It means perseverance through sacrifice, the ability to endure hardship without complaining, without quitting, without looking for the easy way out. "You see that guy over there?" Kenji pointed to a purple belt rolling on the mats. "He's been training here 6 years. You know how many times he wanted to quit? Hundreds. You know how many times he actually quit? 0. That's gaman. In ancient Japan, samurai trained in gaman from childhood. They'd stand in freezing cold without complaint, hold painful positions for hours. Not because they enjoyed it, but because they understood. Strength doesn't come from comfort. It comes from enduring discomfort without breaking. Christopher began to apply this. He woke at 6 a.m. to train before work. Body aching. Gaman. Mind screaming to stop. Gaman. Friends calling him to party on Friday night. Gaman. The first week, his body begged for rest. His mind tried to bargain. 1 day off won't matter. But he remembered, the price of comfort is always higher. Week 2, nothing got easier, but he got stronger. Week 4, a friend said, "Dude, you're getting boring. All you do is train. You never go out anymore." Perfect. When people around you start complaining about your discipline, that's when you know you're on the right track. A psychologist who studied resilience once discovered the brain doesn't distinguish between physical and emotional pain. Train yourself to endure physical discomfort, and you automatically build tolerance for psychological hardship. Gaman isn't just philosophy, it's neuroscience. Chapter 60c. Ichigo Ichi. The cost of negligence. 2 months passed. Christopher's body was leaner, his mind sharper, but he was still working at the convenience store. Still no progress on his business. Kenji noticed. "You're training your body, but neglecting your purpose." "Why?" "I don't have time, master. I work, I train, I'm exhausted." Kenji stopped him. "Do you know Ichigo Ichi?" Christopher shook his head. "One encounter, one opportunity. Every moment that passes never returns. You're 28 now. How old will you be when you finally start? 30, 35, 40. Every day you choose not to build your dream, you're paying with the most expensive thing there is, time you'll never get back." Those words hit Christopher like a fist to the chest. He'd been so focused on training his body, he'd forgotten why he started. He wanted Aurora back. He wanted to build something, but he was procrastinating again. That night he did a simple calculation. He worked 8 hours, slept 7, trained 2. That left 7 hours every day. Where did those hours go? Netflix, social media, mindless scrolling. He was wasting 7 hours a day, almost 50 hours a week, over 200 hours a month, thousands of hours a year. And he had the nerve to say he had no time. The truth stung. He had time. He just didn't want to pay the price of letting go of easy entertainment. Chapter 7, Giri. Sacrifice for duty. In Bushido, there's a principle few truly understand: Giri, duty and sacrifice. The samurai doesn't choose between what he wants and what he must do. He simply does what must be done. It's not about motivation. It's not about willpower. It's about recognizing that you have a duty to become the best version of yourself, and duty is non-negotiable. Christopher deleted Netflix, uninstalled social media, stopped seeing friends who only wanted to drink. "Dude, you gotta live a little," they said. But Christopher finally understood. He'd spent 28 years living a little, and where had that landed him? Arm broken, purposeless. He started working on his business 3 hours every night, no exceptions. Weekends, 6 hours each day. It wasn't easy. Some nights he nearly cried from exhaustion. Some days his mind screamed at him to quit. But he remembered the principle: the price will always be paid. The only question is, do you pay with effort now or regret later? By the 3rd month, things began to shift. His body looked stronger. His business plan was taking shape. People started to notice. But here's where the story twists. Because Christopher was doing everything right, he was paying the price. But he was about to discover a cost even higher than he imagined. Chapter 80. The hardest price. 6 months in, Christopher was unrecognizable. He'd lost 15 kilos, earned his blue belt in jiu-jitsu. His business was gaining traction. He decided to text Aurora. "Hey, I know I don't have the right to ask for anything, but I'd like to show you something. Can we meet?" She agreed. They met at a small cafe. Aurora looked at him and saw it immediately. The change in his body, his posture, even the way he spoke. "You look different," she said. Christopher told her everything. The business. The complete transformation. But he didn't ask her to come back. Instead, he said, "I wanted to thank you for leaving me. It was the best thing anyone ever did for me. You forced me to face the truth. I was a coward. I wanted everything without paying anything. And you paid the price for my cowardice by staying stuck with me for years." Aurora was silent. "I'm not here to ask you to come back," Christopher continued. "I'm here to show you that you weren't wrong about me. You saw something I could become, and I'm finally becoming it." Then Aurora said something he never expected. "Chris, I still like you. I always have. But you need to understand something. If we get back together, I won't be the kind of girl who accepts excuses anymore. I won't be happy just because you try. I'll demand the same level of commitment you're showing now, forever. Are you ready for that? And that's the price nobody warns you about. It's not just changing, it's staying changed. Being that disciplined person, not for 6 months, but for 6 years, 60 years until the day you die. That's the real price. And it's terrifying." Chapter 90. The practice that never ends. Christopher looked into her eyes. "I am." But he knew words meant nothing. It was about proving it. Every single day for the rest of his life. They got back together, but not like before. This time there were standards. Aurora wouldn't accept excuses. She was training too. Building her own career. If Christopher slipped, she wouldn't wait around for him to recover. And that forced him to understand something Bushido taught centuries ago. Discipline isn't something you do. It's something you are. You don't practice discipline sometimes. You live distantly, without breaks. Bad days came. Weeks when he wanted to quit. Moments when his body and mind begged for rest. But he remembered, the price of comfort is always higher. The first year passed. His business became real, not rich but moving forward. The second year he left the convenience store for good. Full time in his own company. The third year he proposed, and she said yes, because he had become someone else entirely. Chapter 10. The final truth today. Christopher is 33. His company grosses 6 figures. He competes in jiu-jitsu. He's married to Aurora. He travels the world. People look at his life and say, "Man, he got lucky." As if waking up at 6 a.m. for 5 straight years is luck. As if training when your body screams at you to stop is luck. As if working on your business every weekend while your friends party is luck. Christopher wasn't lucky. He paid the price. In sacrifice. In discipline. In moments nobody saw. And here's the part most people miss: he still pays every single day. Because the price of excellence isn't a one-time payment, it's a lifetime subscription. The difference is, now he knows, the price of comfort would have been infinitely higher. Waking up at 50 realizing he wasted everything. Looking in the mirror at a stranger. Living with the regret of never trying. The truth nobody wants to hear is this: you won't get everything you want. That's not how life works. You have to choose. You can have comfort, or you can have results. You can have the parties, or you can have the body. You can have the easy entertainment, or you can have the business. But you can't have both. And here's the cruelest part: not choosing is still a choice. When you sit in the middle trying to keep both, you've already chosen comfort. Because comfort requires nothing. Results require everything. The price will always be paid. The only question is, will you pay with effort or with regret? Christopher chose effort. And today he lives a life most people only dream of. Not because he's special, but because he was willing to pay the price. What price are you willing to pay? Because while you sit there trying to negotiate, time is running out. And time, unlike money, you can never get back. Let's recap. Christopher was an ordinary guy who wanted extraordinary results without paying the price. He lost everything: Aurora, purpose, self-respect. It was only when he accepted that reality doesn't negotiate that everything changed. He learned the law of sowing and reaping. You always reap what you sow. He learned Gaman, the art of enduring without complaint. He learned Ichigo Ichi, that every lost moment never returns. And he learned the principle of Bushido: duty is non-negotiable. He paid the price in discipline, in sacrifice, in impossible choices. And in return, he got a life worth living. If this video forced you to face the truth about the price waiting to be paid, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. You won't want to miss what's coming next. And tell me in the comments, what price have you finally decided to pay? Remember, You can pay with effort today or regret tomorrow, but you will pay. If this resonated, I invite you to watch one of the videos now appearing on your screen. I promise, there's something valuable waiting for you there. Thanks for watching until the end. I'll see you in the next one.